don't have anything fun this week. I didn't do any like cool exploring or anything on the weekend like I normally try to do because I didn't feel like doing anything. Like the last thing I felt like doing was going out on this motorcycle and riding to some far off area. It was the last thing I felt like doing. And isn't that kind of a scary thing when you don't want to do like your favorite thing? It's like the one thing I like doing more than anything else. Wasn't in the mood for it. So I took that weekend off, but I haven't missed a weekend yet. So today I'm riding around in this ritzy neighborhood looking at all these nice houses that I don't even think I would live in one of these. Look at this motherfucker. Look at the size of that bitch. Look at this kid. Fucking spoiled brat, probably. But yeah, no, I'm not just gonna ride around this neighborhood today. Decided to try to tell a story. So one of the things that's been on my mind lately is this, some of the people I worked with at my last job. I recently changed jobs, and so I've kind of been reflecting on who at that last company made an impression on me. Like, because I was there for like almost 8 years, I think. A lot of those guys were inspirational. A lot of them taught me a lot of stuff. And other ones were a brand of human being that not only had I never met, I hope I never have to work with again. Some of the higher up salespeople in a company that's trying to really grow are just whack jobs, man. Like they're weird people. But there's this one guy that's kind of been standing out as I've been pondering this. This is awkward. This was a street. Guy's in his garage working out. One of the guys I've been thinking about is this dude that I went to Thailand with last time I was there. I don't know if you've been with this channel very long, if you've watched every video I've made, but back in February I made this video where I mentioned that I was going to Thailand for work. And this would have been the third time I went for this job, which is awesome. And I was looking forward to trying to have like a more cultural experience and try to like see more of the towns and see more of the people and eat more of the food and smell more of the smells and just see it, you know? Turns out none of that was able to happen, all because of this one guy. And I guess I'm gonna rant about it. It's just, I don't know, man. I've never met anyone like him. But like I had mentioned in that video that I was thinking about just like filming the trip and like doing some kind of a vlog about the place. But I ended up not having any free time because like this guy would never let us be alone. Damn it, another fucking cul-de-sac. Look at the size of this one, man. What do you think that house costs? Just to run that house, what do you think that house costs? I always imagine like a good investor that's really wealthy would probably live in a small house because he knows better. He doesn't want to spend thousands and thousands on bills. Anyway, back to the story. So this guy's name was Bob, and that's his real name. I'm not working there anymore, and I could really fucking care less. I doubt he'll ever see this. His job, he wasn't really a salesman. He was kind of like an ambassador for the company, like overseas. Like he kind of pat everybody on the back, tell them we know what we're doing, and try to give everybody a warm fuzzy, and then just kind of chaperone any other staff that came from our company over to see these things. So we showed up in the airport, and he was kind of there to chaperone us. He's talking about all these places he's been, all the big deal stuff he's done. Been to like New Zealand and all these other countries, and I was like, wow, this guy's a cultured dude. Like he's a pasty, fat, white American, but you know he's been around. Like he's a cultured guy. This is really cool. Like I'm kind of jealous, you know. I was impressed with it. And then like the first weird thing happened. Like we get into our van that this guy was picking us up in. This little Thai guy. His name was Nu. Bob was familiar with Nu because he'd been in town already. He didn't arrive with us. And man, the first thing he did was start talking to this driver, and he was baby talking the guy, like the way you might talk to your cat or your dog or your baby. He's talking in a light, high-pitched tone, speaking really slowly. And like in Thailand, they do this greeting thing where they bow to each other, and it's kind of like a wave, you know, like when someone walks in, you just kind of bow and say hello. He's overusing the bow. Like he doesn't understand when it's appropriate to like do this, so he's like bowing back and forth and like talking to this fucking guy like he's a child. And like the guy, he didn't speak English, you know, he's not going to understand that the cadence in Bob's voice is offensive. But if it offended me, and I was like, Jesus, man, is this the kind of guy you are? So like we go on and like we get to the hotel and stuff, and we go to work the next day and whatnot, and we get back to the hotel, and my expectations are that like normally, you know, the guys say, this is what I'm doing, if you want to come and join me for dinner you can. But instead of doing that, he's like, let's meet here at this time, meaning I worked all day and now I don't have any time to myself. I can't go walk down the street. I can't go across the street and like try the goofy snacks that the goofball and the food cart is selling. You know what I mean? It's like he wants to go down to the hotel like dining area and like order a pizza. Every day he did this. Like he didn't want to eat any of the food. He didn't want to see any of the people. He didn't want to leave his little protected cloud of Western Hemisphere in this hotel that we were in. And like I was like, this guy, like, he travels around the world, he's bragging about it, but like, really, he's a pussy. Just a big pussy. He's a privileged white guy that, like, I mean, maybe he's not privileged, maybe he worked for what he had, and that's fine, but like, his attitude that he had towards all this stuff was just like, I'm better than this, I'm an American, I pat my belly and eat my steak, and yeah. Anyway, so like, the last thing he did that really just kind of like really sealed my opinion of him was we're sitting on the beach, right? We're on the Gulf of Thailand, eating at this little restaurant that's on the sand. We're in these little tables sitting in plastic chairs, and this what I'm assuming is a family is running this place. We might be their only customers the whole day, and we've ordered all of this amazing seafood like shrimp and crabs, and they have this fish like laid out and it's fried, and it's the freshest seafood anywhere in the world. Like, I mean, there's other places I'm sure you can get seafood like that, but like this shit was probably caught like that day, man. And none of it's processed. It's like they take it out, they throw it in the pan, fry it, and give it to you. That's it. And this guy leans over to me and he's like, you know, I'm really more of a meat and potatoes guy. I was like, dude, like you are in a situation that a lot of people would like to be in, and you're gonna sit here and tell me that you would rather eat steak and potatoes than this fucking fat ass shrimp. The shrimp was bigger than my thumb, man. I had to rip the head off. You have to put your finger through its back and push the poop out of its body. They literally caught this thing, threw it in some water, fried it, and seasoned it and gave it to it. It's fucking so good. And like, this guy doesn't care. He doesn't care. And it just makes me sick to see these people that do this. It's like, you're so lucky to be in this situation and to do these things, but like all you'd really like to be doing is sitting in your hotel, fucking probably jerking off, laughing while you count your money, I'm assuming. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's fine if you don't like seafood, you know, maybe you're allergic to it. I mean, I know he wasn't because he ended up eating a lot of it, but like, I just don't understand people that I don't understand how you could travel and you could make that your life about that, but then when you get to these destinations, have zero interest in actually seeing what these places are. Like, you are such a stereotypical, arrogant American man. And what's really ironic about this is that he is the type of stereotypical American white male that I don't like to bring topics like this up, but he's the kind of guy that probably is upset about immigrants in this country, and he's the kind of guy that probably wants these immigrants to, you know, assimilate correctly and speak our language and, I don't know, do all this shit. And it's like, you're a guest in this other country and you are acting more offensively, really, than any of the immigrants in this country would. Like, the people that are here are happy to be here. I don't know what his opinions are with all that, but I'm just saying that, like, his conservative attitude definitely pointed towards the idea that he shares those types of views with other people here. It just cracked me up, man. Cracked me up, and I really hope I never have to see him again or work with him again. I mean, like, so, like, since he wanted to eat in the hotel every night, and like inviting me wasn't really an option, and saying no was kind of awkward. It's like, I'm not going to say, no, I'd rather walk down the street. I'd rather go across the street and try some of that jellyfish that lady is selling. You know what I mean? I couldn't say that to him. Everybody there thought I was fucking crazy for wanting to eat everything that was put in front of me to begin with. So you guys are pussies. You guys are pussies, man. We live in this baby world. This world of people that they gotta have their beds, you know? I've had similar reactions to people who will talk about camping with me, but that's a different rant. It's a bunch of babies. So yeah, since he wanted to eat in the hotel every night, I never ended up having any free time to go film anything. Like, I had filmed the entire journey there. I had time-lapsed a bunch of cool stuff. I time-lapsed in the airport. It was badass. And I was planning on walking around in the street quietly if I could, like with a camera. I had the GoPro with me. That's small enough to kind of be low-key. And just kind of show stuff. Just show the people, show the shops, show the scooters, you know. And I never had a chance to do that. In fact, the entire experience was such a joke. It was like I may as well have just been in Canada. But I never ended up talking about it on this channel. Primarily because I don't like talking about stuff like that while it's current. I don't really have an interest in like talking about my identity on here, because this is a space where I can come and I can do and say whatever I want. And if that's complaining about my coworkers, and that's going to be complaining about my coworkers. And now that I don't work there, it really doesn't matter, because I have zero intentions of ever going back. People in this neighborhood don't like me. I get a lot of bad looks. Wonder how far away they can hear my exhaust. Not as loud as my last one was though. So that is that. I have no idea what I'm doing next week, but hopefully I'll feel like riding a bike. I'm actually busy this weekend, so I have no idea. But I'm going home.